So someone wrote in and said, "Hi Reid, I'm feeling super shy for emailing you, but I really enjoy your videos with Cathy Vartuli, and I wanted to ask some advice, if that's okay. So what do you think about a big age difference in relationships? I have a friend who who has gotten really close to a male friend and I'm starting to freak out about it. She's 28 and he's 69. She enjoys his company. They cook together, hang out, read tarot cards, but he's going away on holiday for 6 months, and she realized how much she'll miss him. They've started saying love you, the dreaded word, and there's some chemistry. She hasn't had much experience with sex and relationships, and so I'm really worried about her getting pulled in."
This is her friend writing in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would be awful to lose this friendship, but running and hiding is looking appealing right now. I know there's a lot going on, but any insight would be appreciated.
Awesome. Well, thank you, writer in error. I am Reid Mahalka from ReidAboutSex.com.
Cathy Vartuli from IntimacyDojo.com.
We love when you write us. Mm-hmm. Write us. You can leave them in the comments, and if you need to be a little bit more private,
message.
They can do that in the messages on YouTube. You can also email me at Reid, R-E-I-D, at ReidAboutSex.com.
Or Cathy Vartuli, or Cathy at theintimacydojo.com.
Cathy with a C.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a friend who wrote in who's worried about her friend.
Her friend is dating someone that looks like moving towards dating.
Or having some sort of relationship, maybe
with
lowercase r. Yeah. Okay, with an older gentleman.
And she's very concerned about her friend.
Older gentleman caller.
Yes.
Okay. She's concerned about her friend because her friend is young and hasn't had a lot of experience.
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, it's very sweet of you to care and be worried about your friend. And first, relationship geekery. Have you thought about having this conversation with your friend?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, healthy relationships are about not withholding, the big stuff. Certainly, I mean, that you leave your socks lying around or something like that. Maybe you can be okay with not talking about that. That falls under wiggle room. But the big stuff like, oh my God, I'm afraid for your safety, your heart. You should be able to have those conversations. In other geeky news, there is people, we get worried about big age differences that could be considered ageism, which you can look up on Wikipedia and stuff and learn more about that. But where we judge people for being too young or too old. All the isms, people being too fat, too skinny, too this, too that, those kind of, whatever those things are. So you can check yourself a little bit to be like, okay, would I be worried about her because she doesn't have a lot of experience just in relationships, or is it that he's older? Like, just kind of check that stuff out for yourself and do the work and call yourself on those things. And then, I mean, if she's happy and he's a decent person and she's a decent person, right? Because there are situations where younger people take advantage of older people.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
If everyone's decent and trying their best and being truthful and compassionate with each other, I think everything's okay. And definitely somebody who's more experienced and somebody who's less experienced, there is a power dynamic. Somebody who's more, on in their life and maybe has accumulated wealth and things like that. There are certain power dynamics, but it could also be everything's fine. And your friends are lucky that they found each other.
Yeah, and I think love is sometimes hard to find. Finding someone that is a good match, whatever their age or race or size, is really cool. And it can be challenging when I know I'm not saying this is the case for you, but for me, when I first saw poly stuff, I went to Reid's website years ago, and I saw he was talking about poly, and I ran away. Polyamory. I ran away because to me that was like, all kinds of sleazy stuff.
Open relationships.
Yeah, and actually, it was my misconception and my misunderstanding and my fears that were keeping me from meeting some really amazing people. So.
And there are sleazy people in all communities,
yes.
And who are clumsy and have no integrity or whatever those things are.
Right, but it was an opportunity for me to grow through that and realize that people get to be really cool no matter what. And it could be really sweet if, like we said, neither of the people are taking advantage of each other. to have someone walk her through some of her early experiences, like dating, and he may just be as clunky as she is at new stuff like this, but why not have experiences with somebody you really enjoy, whatever their age is?
I think the trickiest stuff is, how do you know what you don't know at any age? So new experiences or trying things on for the first time, especially around, issues of the heart, that can be tricky. And I mean, people get their hearts broken and get hurt when there is no age difference. So again, just kind of just think about for yourself, what are you actually worried about? You can check out the difficult conversation formula at readaboutsex.com/convo. And that's a great way to prep for yourself, having and initiating a difficult conversation, something that you feel afraid that might ruin the relationship, but that you've gotten clear that as a friend, it's your business, and that you should not withhold those conversations. You should at least be able to talk about it. And being able to talk about anything when it's appropriate is actually a really good, healthy skill set for relationships in general. And if your friend and their friend, whether they're dating or not, if they have the skills to be able to talk about the tough stuff, maybe everything's okay. Last thing I'll just throw in there is some of us are working through mommy and daddy issues, and sometimes we pick people, friends, romantic folks and whatnot, where we're working things out for ourselves. So, if as a friend you suspect that might be going on, one of the things, and this could be even more tough to talk about, is, hey, I'm just kind of interested about this piece. Do people need therapy, basically, is what I'm getting to. I have found, working and coaching people, that a lot of times people are working out family stuff, parent stuff, with the people that they fall in love with, or that they're dating, or the people that they're friends with. And I really think everyone, just like I think everyone should work in the bar restaurant industry, everyone should waitress for at least a summer to learn what that's like. I do think most people should go and investigate through therapy or a workshop those things that they're trying to resolve for themselves, because then it just helps open up relationships in general. That's a whole other sideball, but it's a neat thing to think about. And I think you should think about it for yourself. And I think everybody should consider those things. It's worthwhile to look in that cabinet and take a peek.
If you can, just notice you really care about your friend and that you want to be there for her or him. I don't think you actually define the genders, but realize your caring is there, and that you can just even communicate that. Hey, I really care about you, and I'm concerned about this and this, and I'd like to know how you'd like to be supported. How would my expression of caring be best suited for you?
There you go. Leave some comments. What do you think? Thanks for tuning in, Sex Geek. If you would like to continue with the brain sex, do me a favor and click subscribe right here. If you'd like to watch me on social media, that's where you're going to go. Next video, maybe? And if you really would like your own Sex Geek t-shirt, please click right here, right now. Boop. No, really,